need rings, Super Bowl size. I need a fine dime with some Super Bowl thighs. You say you the truth, that's a Super Bowl lie. I flex on a nigga like a super swole guy. You come into the squad and you super gon' die. I make it look easy and I super don't try. It's funny, everybody always looking up to me, but I've always been a super short guy. Bye.
What's going on, guys? It's JWAGS 412, and every once in a while I like to just sit back, sit in front of the camera, no green screen, and just talk about some shit, topics trending in gaming, and shit's going on with me, what I'm playing, etc. So the big thing I want to talk about here is Shadow of the Colossus. Now, this game released last week for the PS4, exclusively on the PS4. It is a remaster from the ground up for the PS4 system of a game that came out in 2005 on the PS2 that was critically acclaimed back then. It was really ambitious for what it did. I myself never got a chance to play it. I skipped out on it. I just never had a chance. You know, there were a ton of games back in the PS2 era, but I do know that it was beloved and it has a cult following. But now I get to experience on the PS4, and let me tell you about my experience. So, here's the game here. Like I said, I bought, this is the special edition. Let me explain this real quick. The game store I went to is called The Exchange, and I went in there day of release. You know, now you can find physical copies day one. You don't have to pre-order that shit. You can get it. And they had no more regular copies, though. Now, the regular edition is $40 US, and this is the only thing they had there. They had about 5 of these left. The Shadow of the Colossus special edition. This was $50, so it was $10 in additional cost to the base version. In case you're interested, this comes with Ancient Bow, a Cloak of Fate, and a Spotted Steed Agro skin for in-game. And then, of course, you get the steel book behind this. I'm not going to unbox it. Artist postcards, printed manual, 2 custom themes for your PS4, a Colossi avatar set, a map, a physical map, and stickers. So, $10, I guess. You know, I honestly didn't want the special edition. I have plenty of other special editions, but I just didn't really want this one. I just wanted to play it and enjoy it. But enough said about that. So, how I feel about the game. Now, I am not finished the game yet. I'm not beat it yet. There's so many games out right now. I have beat 8 of the Colossi. I think that's what they're called. 8 of the giants of the world. And so far, I'm exactly halfway through, 16 total. And so far, I'm enjoying the hell out of it. It is a unique experience. And it's something that I cannot explain to people because I can't really compare it to any other game. It's not like any other game. It's very much... It has its own identity. I think it's inspired a lot of games. A lot of games have taken some of the idea from it, but the premise of it is very simple. You are a young boy. From what I can tell, you're a young boy. You go to this temple, and you have a young girl. She's dead. You're trying to bring her back to life, and you're asking for the aid of some gods. I think they're gods. I don't know who they are. They're talking from the heavens, and they want you to beat these 16 colossi, these big giants, and they are promising that with that they can bring her back to life. Now I say I don't know the whole story yet. I don't want to spoil it for you, nor do I want to spoil it for myself. But so far, I'm having a ton of fun with it. The game is very simplistic. There's really no progression system, not too much, not any customization, no inventory management. It's just you, your sword, and your horse, and a bow and arrow with infinite ammo or infinite bows, and that's about it. Now each one of these bosses presents a unique challenge. Now. Like for instance, each boss has their own weaknesses, own strengths, their own way they can hurt you. You have to figure out, each boss is essentially a puzzle. You have to figure out how to defeat this boss based on the environment you're in, based on their weak spots, and everything else. And that is a part of this game that I really enjoy, and something that sets it apart from other games. Each encounter is brand new in its own. Now, one thing that I do not enjoy about the game, every time you beat a boss, you get reset back to this temple, and they tell you about your next boss. And you start from this temple, and you venture out again to find your next colossi. You press R1 on your PS4 controller, and you put your sword in the air. It has to be in the sun, and it reflects a light. It shoots you in the direction of where you have to go next. Now, a lot of times, these are long, arduous horse rides where, the game looks beautiful, but there's really nothing to land. There's nowhere you can stop. There's no side missions. There's really nothing to do in this world. Every once in a while you might see a hawk flying around, maybe a lizard go by. But for the most part, the environments are pretty boring. Not to say they're not gorgeous looking. They look fantastic, and every once in a while it's cool to look at it. But that wears out quick. I'd rather just go from boss to boss. That's a very small complaint. My other complaint is the camera angle and the mechanics of the game. You can definitely tell this game was made in 2005. It still has the old mechanics. So they remade it from the ground up, but it still holds those old mechanics. I guess it still feels true to the original game because trust me, if you're playing this game, you're used to current gen games. If you're trying to work the camera on the right stick, it's going to fuck with you. It's going to fuck your whole experience. It's not going to go well. You can definitely tell the director of this game wanted you to look exactly where he's telling you to look. It is very hard to get used to. Once you get used to it, it is, you do adapt to it. You learn not to fight the camera and just let the camera work for you. But that has been my experience with Shadow of Colossus. I'd recommend everybody try it. Now, for $40, is it worth it? I think so. Even though it's a remake or a complete ground-up remake of an old game that's 13 years old now, I still think, so far I'm about 6 hours into it, I still think it's worth the money. I really do. If you do not buy it now while it's new, I would say wait till it goes on sale for $20-$30 and try it out. I will recommend everybody just try this game. Just try it out. If it's not your cup of tea, fine. But every gamer needs to at least try this game. It is truly outstanding. So those are my thoughts about Shadow of the Colossus. Like I said, fantastic game. Everybody owes it to themselves to try it out. If not, then sometime in the future. But it got me thinking, right? This whole thing, it's nothing new, this remake thing, but remaster from the ground up. They're talking about remaking Resident Evil 2, which I'm going to buy goddamn day one. I'm looking forward to that. But it got me thinking about other franchises that I love from the PlayStation, from Sony, that I would love to see come back. And the first one I'm talking about now, that's end of my Shadow of Colossus shit, so that's all you wanted to see. You click away now. But for this thing here, this game right here, Spyro the Dragon. Spyro the Dragon. This was one of my favorite games when I was a kid. It was very fun, very unique. I loved everything about it. Like I said, I'm not gonna go too much into it. Like I said, I played it way back when because I can't remember every single thing about it. But the whole way it was structured, the map was so colorful. How you had to free all the dragons. The game was fantastic. We have not really seen anything. Well, we haven't seen anything in a long time for Spyro. I would love to see either a complete ground-up remake or a sequel for current gens. That would be fantastic. Now, next one. Now, I know they made other games in this universe, in this lore, using this license, but I would like to see a complete remake of this game. And this game, let me tell you what, guys. This one here, The Lost World, Jurassic Park. When I tell you, this is the first game I raged the fuck out so hard when I was a kid. Like, I was throwing my controller, I was cussing, and my parents were yelling at me to stop cussing. Got beat a couple times. But this game here, this one, so you are the T-Rex. You start off as a little tiny, I forget what they call little raptors. You're a tiny little raptor, and you got to eat, and then you go to a raptor, a T-Rex. This game was fucking difficult, like many games were back then. But this game was fantastic. I wish they'd do a remake of Lost World Jurassic Park. Next one of my favorite games ever on a PlayStation 1, and probably some of you guys too. It's a classic game that was on the PS1. And that is Siphon Filter. Now, Siphon Filter, 989 Studios. Remember the old thing, 989 Studios. This game was a blast. It had clunky mechanics, but they worked for back then. It was really cutting edge for its time. It kind of pushed limits of the PS1. If you guys did play the gameplay, remember the funny shit like tasers, the good boss encounters. This game, for its time, was fantastic. It was really one of the first. Not like Splinter Cell, but I'm trying to compare it to something. It doesn't really compare anything. It's kind of, like I said, it's another game that has its own identity, but we have not seen anything since Siphon Filter 3, I believe. Did that come on the PS3? I can't remember. But I would love to see either a complete ground-up remake of the first Siphon Filter or a sequel for current-gen consoles. That'd be fantastic. And the last one. Now, this one is near and dear to my fucking heart. Now this is not the original one. This is like a sequel of the many games they made back then. But do you guys remember fucking Army Men, Sarge's Heroes? This game was fantastic back in the day. What it is, remember we all played with little army plastic green men back in the day? Well, this brought them to life. So you're having fights in the bathtub and the backyard and the kid's bedroom and all over the place, but like real life battles with these little men. You're melting people with flamethrowers. The shit was epic and the shit was fun. Real Combat, Plastic Man, 3DO Studios. This shit was fantastic. I wish to do a complete remake of this or a sequel for current gens. Now, some of these games I do not own for the PS1. Some of the games I wish I did have. Like I said, I'd love to see, I don't know where the hell Twisted Metal's been all this year. That's a Sony-owned property, I believe. The last one we got was Twisted Metal Black for the PS3, and I would fucking love to see a Twisted Metal, whatever they're going to call it, a brand new one, or a complete remake from the ground up with current online multiplayer. That shit would be epic. And this isn't something I want to see remakes. I have been making this shit, but look at this. I found this too. I forgot I had this. That is the original. Is that the original Need for Speed, or is that Road Track? I don't know. Road and Track, yeah, the Need for Speed. I don't know. Is this fucking Need for Speed? I don't know if that's the original one. I don't think it is. Anyway. So what do you guys think about Shadow of the Colossus? Which games would you like to see come back? I know there's a plethora of them, a plethora of PS1 games, Nintendo, plenty of licenses, Dino Crisis, all kind of games I can name on top of my head that I would love to see a complete ground up remake from, or a sequel for current gen consoles, especially with the now 2018 the online capabilities we have now. Anyway, guys, if this time you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, all that bullshit. Talk to you guys next time. Thanks.